Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some football? This is the Yinzer. And guess what? Still a good... What? How did he get in here? How did he get in here already? Ugh. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Cobra, and welcome to the Hard Count. I am joined by Billy and Alex, and... Give him a Colt 45 already? You know, please, yeah. When we get to the Pittsburgh game, we'll summon you again, Yinzer. People, I swear. How you doing, guys? Sorry about that.
Doing good?
That's good to hear, Alex. It's been a long while since we've heard from you, man.
Oh yeah, tried to get back from the grave.
Well, you're not dead yet. Billy, how are you doing, man? Over in Tennessee, I'm pretty sure you guys got hit by a hurricane that's going on.
I don't know if we're still alive or dead.
Well, considering who you root for, unfortunately, with the Titans, you might be wishing you were. So anyway,
at this point, I'm disavowing them if they're continuing starting Will Levis.
Now that's unfortunate, but sounds about right as well. So anywho, we're definitely going to get started, but we need to recap first. We need to go back in time. We need to go to week 3. All right. And so, interestingly enough, we had the Colts beat the Bears 21-16. We had the Packers and Malik Willis returning to face his old team, beat on the Tennessee Titans. And we had the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Los Angeles Chargers. That was interesting. And then we had the Eagles barely squeak by against the New Orleans Saints. Alex, Billy, we're going to start with Billy. What's your opinion on this game? What the hell happened this one? I was expecting high-powered offense, and I got nothing.
What game are we talking about?
Eagles Saints.
It's just Nick Sirianni is inept.
Okay. Alex?
It seems like the Saints do what the Saints do. They start off hot, and they blow to a mid team, and they lose.
So basically, what this sounds like to me, and I'm going to use a vehicle reference because their quarterback's name is last name Carr. So basically, they blew a piston. Is what they did. They blew a piston. And of course, became underpowered and let a hack of a head coach, win. So, I'm kind of not surprised about this. It's just, damn it, Saints, you could have done better. All right. We also had the Vikings definitely make the case for Sam Darnold as MVP. Hold on. What? Hold up.
We're living in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, we are definitely in the Twilight Zone, and definitely a zone where Aaron Rodgers needs to be on the Vikings, not Sam Darnold. Different Jets quarterback. We have the sentient derps, known as the New York Giants, beat up on the Browns, led by famous women respecter Deshaun P. Diddy Combs. And then we had the Broncos beat on the Buccaneers. This was definitely interesting, guys. Billy, let's talk about this. Broncos Buccaneers. Bo Nix got his first win. What happened here?
Just poor defensive scheming for the Buccaneers.
Alex, what's your opinion?
Seems like Baker and the Buccaneers fell through at the wheel and crashed into a ditch because Bo Nix looked like Peyton Manning out there.
Yeah, I definitely saw that too. I mean, also, it just seemed like Baker forgot how to football. That's the best way I can say it, because he looked flat. The defense also looked flat. It also proves Joey Overstreet's point that the Broncos defense isn't as bad as their offense. So that's definitely a good sign for Mile High.
Yes,
and maybe a potential, 12-5 is still alive
for now.
For now, we had the Dolphins and the Seahawks just fried up some grilled dolphin. As we definitely got to see way more of Skylar Thompson's ability on the field, literally, because why'd we have to see that? Why'd we have to see his bare ass? And of course, we had the Panthers get their first win of the season against the Las Vegas Raiders. We're definitely going to talk about this because nothing realistically changed between the Panthers other than who was behind center. Andy Dalton seemed to be good. Still had that pedigree. Billy, Alex, let's talk about this. If you guys are up to it. Panthers or Raiders?
Bryce Young is fucked.
Alex?
Was defense there, or did Andy Dalton just look like prime Bengals Andy Dalton?
The question I have is, now what does Bryce Young do? Because his value plummeted. Like he's, like a lot of people thought that, hey, he's a first round pick, he still has value. That value plummeted like 1,000-pound weight in the bottom of the ocean. It destroyed itself faster than a billionaire tour group seeing the Titanic in a carbon fiber submersible. That was just bad to watch. Bryce Young, I feel for you, but at the same time, you might want to start filling out papers. You might want to find your passport. You might need to go to Canada. The Ravens barely held on against the Cowboys, 28-25. The Rams, being as injured as they are, definitely took a pound of flesh from the San Francisco 49ers, 27-24. The Lions returned to the form we thought they were going to have, 20-13 over the Cardinals. And Chiefs, Falcons, we're definitely talking about this. We ain't leaving this stone unturned. The Chiefs winning against the Falcons 22-17 with blatant ref ball, if there ever was blatant ref ball. Guys, let's dive head first into this. What do we know, Billy? He's still on mute. Hold up, 1 second.
My dogs are going crazy.
Sounds about right. It's okay.
It just kind of proves my point that we need a new commissioner for the NFL.
And I suggest Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning for commissioner. That would be great. Like a commissioner that not only owners would get behind, but also players would get behind, and also would command respect of the NFL fans themselves. Is Peyton Manning.
I was gonna say myself.
Bad idea. Way bad idea. No offense, Billy, but even I would think that we're all three of us here would be bad commissioners. Alex, your opinion on this game?
The Falcons sold late in the game. They tried to run outside, get the first down. They got blown up instead of trying to go up the middle. Ref or not, the Chiefs would have lost that game if there was better play calling.
Yeah, the Falcons gonna Falcon. That's definitely a big takeaway. If the Chiefs are still playing this badly, the Falcons should have capitalized. And guess what? They didn't. Yes, we can blame the refs all we want, but the fact remains, Falcons gonna Falcon. That's the best way I gotta say it.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, the game that I was very excited to watch because every time something big happened, I was excited for this. The Buffalo Bills stampeded their way at home over the Jacksonville Jaguars 47-10, and we need to talk about this because there were some big moments in this game. Billy is in the penalty box for 2 minutes, said a word he shouldn't have said. Alex, we're going to get to you. Buffalo, Jacksonville. Say what you got to say about this, man.
Did Trevor Lawrence deserve all that money and staying to be renamed after him? Or is the Buffalo defense just better than they actually are?
I think it was different. Buffalo is definitely showing they're more complete. I mean, Josh Allen did take a swipe at Diggs at the end of the game, explaining that the game was more free. I will also acknowledge that you had a lot of firsts in this game too. The first touchdown of Keon Coleman, the first touchdown of Ray Davis, two rookies who definitely have bright futures ahead of them, and of course the first interception of Damar Hamlin. How fitting it was on Monday night. Also, how fitting it was an interception aimed right at his chest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations to Damar Hamlin. Congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. 3-0, but we'll get you on week 4 bold predictions. And then, of course, we had another Monday night game. The Commanders take command 38-33 over the Bengals. And then now onto the Thursday night week 4 matchup. Cowboys and Giants, proving everyone's point that the Thursday night shit show is still alive and we just want this to end already. Thank God it's on Amazon because this is a tire fire. Billy is still serving his penalty. He'll be back in time for the pick'em. Okay. So we're hold up. So Alex.
What?
Alex, say what you want to.
I don't know what the NFL schedule makers are doing. That every year the NFC East needs to be thrown on primetime every Thursday, but it needs to stop because it's hurting my eyes.
Well, it's Dallas. It's Dallas. Okay, it's Dallas.
Oh yeah.
And I mean. I hate to say it. This is how legendary Al Michaels ends his career on the crappiest segment of the NFL currently, and that's Thursday Night Football. That's a shame. Someone needs to rescue Al Michaels, get him out of this, and return him to the Super Bowl because we don't need him on Thursday night. We need him on prime time. We need him on the big games because that's Al Michaels.
Oh yeah.
All right. That is it for our roundtable, which is definitely brought to you by Fubo TV. If you don't know, Fubo TV is where you can watch live sports and TV without cable. You can do it with a free trial today for $0. Start today, no commitment, cancel anytime. Use our affiliate in the bio wherever you get your podcasts. Show the channel some love and click on the Fubo TV link. And watch your favorite games and TV shows without cable today. All right. So now we get to the main event, the main attraction. Basically, we are going to do our bold predictions. You don't have to give our bold prediction, but basically, I'm going to go down game by game, and we're going to make our picks. And I'm going to start with Billy. Billy may keep himself on mute, but he can give me text to speech, and I will relay that. Okay, and we're going to be starting with New Orleans at Atlanta. Atlanta is favored by 2.5. Billy, if you can text your win. Oh, he is picking New Orleans. Very interesting there. So Billy's picking New Orleans. Alex, Cincinnati at Carolina. Cincinnati is favored by 4.5.
I'm gonna pick the upset here, and I'm gonna pick the upset and pick Carolina. I feel like the Bengals lose again. They need to hit the panic button because it's not gonna look good being 0-4.
Bengals have not looked good at all year this year, and they still have the pieces they had from 2 years ago. I don't know what happened.
I'll be right back.
And now, hey Billy. Now I have the Los Angeles Rams at the Chicago Bears. I am picking the Rams. I don't care what people say about Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is liquid ass. Just because he is. I don't know what else to say. He's just bad. He is so bad. I mean, LA still looks good with their injuries. So I'm saying the Rams. Now, Billy, I have Minnesota at Green Bay. Green Bay is favored by 3 points.
Green Bay.
Ooh, Billy's just going against the grain here.
No, here's the thing. Jordan Love is expected to play.
He is.
He's listed as doubtful. But if I were to coach, I'd probably start Malik Willis. That's just my humble opinion. It's like, hey, Malik Willis is still playing good, surprisingly. That's my opinion.
Well, does the NFL really care about player safety? No.
We know this. Unfortunately, they like to make that illusion, but they don't. Alex, Jacksonville at Houston. Houston is favored by 6.5.
I'm taking Houston without a doubt. I think they can bounce back from the disrespectful blowover game against Minnesota. And
do they cover the spread though? The spread is 6.5. Reminder: gamble responsibly, everyone.
Yeah, I think they can.
Okay. All right, so Houston favored. All right, and now it is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis Colts. And I am picking Pittsburgh. Surprise, surprise. About time. You picked against us last time. Look what happened, Cobra. Now you picked the winner. You picked the Steelers because we're going to Super Bowl. You're on your last legs, Yinzer. You finish up Colt. You finish that Colt 45. Keep it up, Yinzer. What can I do? Pittsburgh definitely covering the spread. All right, Billy. Denver at the New York Jets. Jets are favored by 7.5 points.
Jets.
Okay. Are they covering the spread?
No.
All right. That's what I needed. Alex. Philadelphia at Tampa Bay. Philadelphia favored by 1.5 points.
I'm going to take Tampa Bay to bounce back huge in this game.
Interesting. A lot of upsets, guys. I love it. We're getting bold. I love it. And I got Washington at Arizona. Arizona favored by 3.5. Arizona's favored by 3.5, and I am taking Arizona. Because to also win and cover the spread. Because here's the thing. Washington's secondary is porous. The only thing that's good about their defense is their front four. Only thing good about Washington as far as defensively. Offensively, they're decent. They're not great. That's probably the best thing I can say. The only reason why one of the main reasons they beat Cincinnati was their defense was worse than theirs. Okay. Billy, this one's going to be fun. New England at San Francisco, and San Francisco is favored by 10.5 points.
San Francisco, I do not trust New England at all.
Right. Do you think they could go 10.5 above or no?
I think so.
Okay. Alex. Kansas City at Los Angeles Chargers. Kansas City is favored by 7.
I'm going to choose Kansas City in this one. The Chargers are beat up. Herbert might not play because they're dumb and high ankle sprain, put him in anyways.
Yep.
Heineke might be the quarterback.
Yep, their quarterback is Taylor Heineke, and also, are they covering the spread? It is 7.
No, I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think it's going to be.
You might...
Considering the pattern that Kansas City has, I actually agree with you on this. Billy, what were you going to say before I chimed in?
You might want to bump up the spread to 8 due to the officiating.
I still think they're not going to cover it. That's just me.
Well, still.
Yep. And, of course, I have Cleveland and Vegas. Vegas is favored by 2.5, and Ben just walked in.
Yo, what up?
Ben, you know what? I'm gonna give you this travesty. You know?
What's
up? Cleveland, led by famous women respecter Deshaun Cosby, at Las Vegas, and Vegas is favored by 2 points.
Say that one more time.
Cleveland, with famous women respecter Deshaun Cosby, against Las Vegas, and Vegas is favored by 2 points.
Oh, hell no. Vegas does not win this game. It's going to be the Cleveland Browns. They're going to win.
Wow, he is siding with a famous women respecter. Then again, surprise, surprise. But all right. Well, thank you, Ben, because guess what? This gives me Buffalo at Baltimore. Baltimore is favored by 3.5. But you know what? Bills Mafia all the way. Buffalo wins. Absolutely. Like, seriously. They had a great showing against Jacksonville. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Whoa.
Ravens have... Hold up. The Ravens have looked flat. The Ravens have. So it is Buffalo's time to shine. Okay. It's Buffalo's time to shine. It's time to show them what they can really do. All right. Now we are at our Monday Night Football games.
Can I at least say my piece for this game?
Yes.
The Titans look awful.
Yes, they do. We're on. We're all going to cover this. Titans at Miami. Miami is favored by a point.
And here's the thing: the ESPN match predictor says the Titans have like a 58.8% chance.
That's too generous. That is way too generous.
Yeah, his offensive line ain't good.
Yep.
His weapons can't get separation.
Right.
The defense is trying their best, but Will Levis keeps throwing it away. So what's the point? He's not. Right. They're not going to win.
So you're going Miami.
Yes.
All right, Alex. Miami or Tennessee? Who are you picking? This is where we all covered the game, and Monday night is everyone gets a shot.
Well,
what's up?
I'm going Miami as well. I think Tyler Huntley can show what he did in Baltimore and Miami. And like we stated before, Titans defense can't do anything to stop anything.
The thing is, Tyler Huntley didn't win in Baltimore. Ben, Tennessee, Miami.
I'm going with Miami.
So this is where I separate from you guys. I am actually picking Tennessee on this one. Let me explain, Billy. Let me explain. As meme-worthy as Will Levis is, Miami is just as meme-worthy with their quarterback situation. It also seems like, even with Tua, Miami couldn't get anything going. They just looked really. If Tennessee looks really bad, Miami looks even worse. They're looking like the Carolina Panthers at the start of the season this year. That is my opinion, so I am picking Tennessee. And now, the final Sunday Night Football game, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Detroit Lions. Detroit is favored by 3.5. Billy, what you got?
Hello?
Billy's got Lions. He put himself on mute because his dogs are going crazy. He's picking the Lions, winning and covering the spread.
Crazy.
All right, Alex. Detroit, Seattle. Detroit favored by 3.5.
Hear me out. Seattle looks better than we all expected them to do, being undefeated, which is why I'm thinking they can hold it down in Detroit and win in a big upset game to drive their way to possibly win the West this year with what's going on with the Rams and Niners being injured to hell.
All right. That is great to hear. Alex. All right, not Alex. Ben.
I want to say Seattle, but there's no way their Lions are losing 2 straight. They have to get things together.
They won last week. I
thought they lost.
No, they won last week.
They
beat the Cardinals.
I was thinking about the first 3.
See, Ben, this is what happens when you're late. You miss our recap.
What happens when I'm drunk?
Show up on time. Time, man.
I'm drunk. I'm lit.
You're not drunk. You wasted your time watching Amish Outlaws.
They're really good.
Priorities, man.
They're really
Priorities.
Good. Shout out to Amish
man.
Outlaws.
This is your network, man. Priorities. Just saying. But you're going Detroit.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And I'm gonna go Detroit as well. That's just how I am. Detroit definitely winning, definitely covering the spread. So that is it for our bold predictions. But also let me give this heads up to Ben.
Yo,
Ben, even though you did show up late,
yes,
you did arrive. You did arrive just in time for the pick'em, and you did manage to get in some picks in. So you've earned a 2 times multiplier. So basically, every win counts as 2. Not 1.
Can I also pick Washington Commanders to win?
Nope. You've already made your picks. The picks are locked in. Locked in. Show up on time.
Look, priorities. Girlfriend comes first.
So does my fiance, and I managed to make time for her today.
And so
we watched the movie today. We watched the movie early. And by the way, the bold predictions of the hard count are brought to you by Fanatics, the only place where you can get official NFL, NCAA, MLB, NHL, NBA, and all the other major sports leagues available. Grab a hat, grab a jersey, or grab any other fan apparel. Or if you're the Carolina Panthers, maybe think about buying yourself a new golf bag because you're going to need something to store your golf clubs when you're hitting the links. Use our link in the affiliate wherever you get your podcasts. Show the channel some love. Tell them Cobra sent you. With that, we have ended our show today. We would, of course, like to thank our affiliates, Bulletproof Coffee, Dr. Squatch, Sleece, W Energy, Duke Cannon, Century PC, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds, Fubo TV, and Fanatics. You know, and this has been wonderful. Once again, the week by week thing has been doing great. Football is here in full swing, and we are excited. So, at the end of it all, I am Cobra, and on behalf of Alex, Billy, Ben, and of course Ricky, who we miss, we'll see you on the field.
Love you.
Yeah.